Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jeanelle Slade.
And I'm Russ Riesinger. A bomb cyclone barrels across part of the U.S. Billings missing the brunt of one of the worst winter storms in years, but we're still feeling some of the effects.
Now, that impact felt in the form of passengers wanting to fly into or out of Billings to Denver. All but one flight were canceled during the 60-mile-per-hour winds and zero visibility at the Denver airport today. That one flight was able to get out of Billings at about 5:30 this morning. General Manager of United out of Billings, Brian Beam, says airlines alerted travelers as early as Monday that their flights would be impacted.
Beam says about 400 passengers a day head to Denver from Billings and about 400 back, but the next flight from Billings to Denver now set for tomorrow morning at 10.
Hundreds of drivers are stranded in parts of Colorado tonight as this massive winter weather storm pounds the region.
Kim Hutcherson has the very latest.
Snow, ice, and ferocious winds. Weather watches, warnings, and advisories covering about 1.5 million square miles of the country as a bomb cyclone bears down on parts of the West and Midwest. Colorado slammed by winter weather. Ice and low visibility shut down every runway at Denver's airport Wednesday. Lines stretched through the airport as the cancellations and delays piled up.
So I sat on the tarmac for about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours.
Around 17 inches of snow fell in parts of the state, making for treacherous road conditions. At least one pileup on Interstate 25 involved dozens of cars Wednesday afternoon. Authorities said more than 1,100 drivers were stranded in El Paso County, Colorado alone. But the blizzard conditions haven't been the only threat. Strong wind gusts, typical of hurricanes, were felt in Denver and Colorado Springs. Further south, the bomb cyclone pushed strong winds into the Texas Panhandle. Semi-trucks were flipped on their sides by gusts in Potter County, Texas. Mobile homes met a similar fate in Johnson County. And in New Mexico, a 26-car train was thrown from its tracks by the heavy wind. I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
And Bob, one of the worst storms in decades, and came pretty close to us.
Oh, yeah.
Some parts of Wyoming got hit hard.
We're so fortunate, especially in the Billings area, we got a little snow out of it, but a little closer to maybe the southeast, and it was another story. Let me show you. This is where the storm is. The bomb cyclone is a big upper-level low-pressure cell you see there. It continues to pull itself away from our area, heading in towards the rest of the Midwest, and as it does so, it's going to take all the snow with it. It's in the process of doing that. Here in Billings, it has totally missed us now as we're gone. It's no longer an issue, but as you'll notice, on the interstate I-90 between Montana and Wyoming on the state line, this is the way it looked earlier this afternoon, and we can tell you that Interstate 90 is still closed between Sheridan and Buffalo at the Piney Creek Road. Meanwhile, take a look at the threat board. We still have in red, that is the blizzard warning for 2 to 5 more inches of snow there with winds blowing to 40 miles per hour. Also in Bighorn County and also the Beartooth foothills looking for 2 to 5 inches of snow there. So this storm is in the process of winding down, but we still have a few things to talk about on the threat board. We'll have more on that coming your way in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Bob.
Well, as temperatures start to warm up, the National Weather Service sends a warning to prepare for lowland flooding.
Q2's Rob Griggs takes us to the Yellowstone River for a look.
Well, it's about time we start thinking about spring runoff and some potential flooding. Now, flooding typically occurs in lowland areas because of snow melt in the immediate vicinity, also spring runoff, heavy rains, and ice jams. Now, right now, near the Billings area along the Yellowstone, ice jamming isn't too much of a concern, but because we had such a stretch of super cold weather, the ice is thick in some places, and in the next 10 days, as daytime temperatures begin to rise, lowland flooding could be a concern. A couple of things to keep in mind with lowland flooding. You want to stay away from and certainly stay off the ice at all times. You also want to bear in mind that with lowland flooding, if you have livestock and cattle, you want to move them away from the river, get them away from the water. You might also think about some flood insurance. The bottom line is safety first. This time of year, we need to be careful around our waterways and expect some ice jam flooding within the next couple of weeks. Along the Yellowstone River near Billings, Rob Griggs, MTN News.
All right, thanks, Rob. Now, although connectivity issues are now resolved with the Yellowstone County 911 Dispatch Center, there are still concerns.
And those concerns coming from dispatch leaders about that outage and whether something like this could happen again. New tonight, Q2's Andrea Lutz tells us what Verizon says led to the mass outage. Andrea?
Yeah, that's right. You guys, tonight we're hearing from Verizon Wireless. His spokesperson tells me the outage was caused by a hardware malfunction. That same fiber that malfunctioned impacted both Yellowstone and Gallatin County dispatch centers. However, Billings Fire Chief Bill Rash, who oversees the dispatch operations, says questions remain as to what led to the outage in the first place. He says dispatchers documented at least 10 callers who specifically said they could not get connected to 911, and they had to use that non-emergency line to get to dispatchers to ask for help. Tonight, Verizon Wireless says their outage occurred within a third-party fiber provider. He says once Yellowstone County notified Verizon of the issue, it was fixed in just 5 minutes. However, the outage started Tuesday, and Rash didn't give that all fixed clear until about noon today. Still, Rash said that there is some uneasiness about this whole occurrence, so he intends to put in a formal request to Verizon and find out exactly what the problem was. Russ.
All right, thank you, Andrea. Well, did you have problems getting on Facebook today? If so, you definitely weren't alone. The world's largest social media network began experiencing issues in the U.S. and a number of other areas around the globe this afternoon. And the problems also affected the tech giant's other platforms, including Instagram and Messenger. Facebook sent out a message on Twitter saying it was working to resolve the issues and also denied any rumors that a hacker attack was to blame.
Northwestern Energy is now asking state regulators to approve an electric rate increase of $35 million a year for its 360,000 Montana customers. Well, yesterday we looked at how the cost of the Colstrip power plants has become a contentious part of this rate case. Tonight, MTN's Mike Dennison looks at another unusual wrinkle in this case.
Right now, if you install a solar power system on your home or business, you can get credit from Northwestern Energy for excess electricity that you generate and send back into the grid. It's called a net metered system, and about 2,000 of them exist on Northwestern's system statewide. But in the rate case before the Public Service Commission, the company is proposing to change the electricity rate structure for future net metered customers. Solar power advocates who have intervened in the case say the new rate is not needed and would make rooftop solar systems more expensive to operate.
The use of a demand charge, or the suggested use of a demand charge, is really inappropriate for residential customers. It's hard to understand, it's going to be really expensive for them, and it's going to make it nearly impossible to save money by going solar.
This new demand charge is based on a customer's usage of power during their highest point of consumption during a month. Valena says it could add $50 to $70 a month or more to electric bills for those with net metered systems. Northwestern also is proposing to pay these customers less for the power they produce, but also charge them the same lower amount for any power they have to buy from Northwestern. The company says the change more fairly reflects the net metered customers' cost of using the system.
We want all of our customers to pay their fair share of using distribution and transmission and paying for the electricity that they're using. We don't want one class of customers to be paying more than their fair share.
But solar power advocates say any costs imposed by net meter systems are negligible, and there's little doubt the new rates would harm the solar system installing industry in Montana.
What I've been hearing from our installer members who I've spoken to is that they're kind of looking down the barrel of a loaded gun. They're very nervous about the proposal.
This issue is one of many that PSC must decide as it goes through this rate case, the first in 10 years for Northwestern Energy. And just about all of them have potentially huge impacts for customers and businesses all across the state. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Thanks, Mike. And the Public Service Commission will hold an extensive public hearing on this case in May.
Still to come tonight, water doesn't grow from the ground, but Montana farmers are taking an interest in making sure all Americans have plenty to drink.
Plus, another roof collapses near Bozeman, this time at a charity that has a goal of helping veterans.
And in sports, Scott shows us why Rockies women have their best shot in years at winning tomorrow night's national tournament opener.
You're watching MTN News with Jeanelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Breen. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.